Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in one of the previous videos that I uploaded, because I'm not sure when they go up, I actually forgot to upload the last Masada video, which is why it came out after we tested it in the CQB Killhouse. So I did mention that I bought a barrel set, so I bought one from TNT. This came with a load of other bits that I bought, I think, from WGC. The smallest size they had was 370mm, so I actually have no idea what barrel size this is on the Masada because it does have the longer barrel. So we could get lucky and it could fit, or it could be a case of I've got to trim it down. So same as before, we take the handguard off, one pin pushes out, we press this little latch down here and we can pop off the barrel lug, which we pull this assembly out here. It is a bit of a pain in the backside, as you'll have seen in the last video. So we've got our barrel set out. Let's see if it's going to be too long. I'm kind of guessing that it might be. So this is how it comes in the tube. We just pop this cap off. We've got a plug of foam in the end, and then the barrel set actually comes complete, which, to be honest with you, I think we're going to get away with it. It's maybe a little bit longer, but if it does protrude, it'll only be a slight bit in the flash eye. Now the tube it comes in is foam lined with I'm not sure if you'll see this, but it's got like foam with a little hole in. Let's take the other side off. Hopefully I can show you. And it's just got little foam discs, and what that does is suspends that in the middle. So packaging wise, pretty damn good. Like I said previously, it comes fully assembled. It does have a much stronger hot rubber compared to the standard one. So if the standard one was a 50, I'd hazard a guess to say this is like a 70 Shore. But it seems pretty consistent. I've never used TNT stuff before. So with their barrels, they have I'm pretty sure they have these little ridges in. If we can get the camera to focus. So whether that helps or not, I'm not sure. It doesn't look the cleanest, but people seem to rave about TNT stuff. So let's get this thing fitted. And to do so, at least now we know how this thing comes apart. We can pull that pin out the top there. I have seen a couple of people review the Masada recently, and when they pulled the barrel set out, that pin was missing and this was loose. So just keep an eye out for that. We have this clip system, which in the previous video you'll have seen. I did struggle with it. I mean, looking back and sort of, you know, publishing that video, I sounded really tired. I don't know what was going on, but we just have to try and get this off, and I can't remember how I did it. So we just want to try and get a tool underneath this little spring clip, and when you're trying to do that, it wants to spin around, so you should use a very small flathead like that. I think I've managed to do it a little bit easier than last time. And then once you've done it, you just basically pull down on it and rotate it round. It does scratch the barrel up, but there's no other way. And then that will just pop off and all this stuff slides down. We use a 1.5mm Allen key to take out 2 grub screws. All I've done is insert this back in the rifle, and you can see how coated with oil it is. So I'm not sure what's gone on at some point. Maybe when this was stored over in Hong Kong, someone's doused it with a calicilicon to, I don't know. It's speculation, isn't it? So we can pull this barrel set out, and that comes completely out. And to be honest, it's exactly the same length. So if you've got a Masada of this barrel length, the 370 is the size that you're going to want. I'm going to take a cloth and I'm going to clean all this oil off. What I'm also going to try and do, because that oil has got to have come from somewhere, and it won't be coming from my gas because I use propane. So I'm just going to clean the inside of this this block here. So with that done, we haven't got to strip any of the other stuff down. This does feel like a much better part. and it rotates. It doesn't click, but you can, if I can show you here, you can see the hopper's a better mound on it. You rotate this round and the mound pushes down, so we're going to get much better hop consistency out of this and much better pressure off this piece here. So I know a few people have said that on their LM4s as well, these tend to break. Now, as a comparison, this one does kind of click, but you can see, it might be difficult for me to show you here, but not really much changes. You've got to get it in that sweet spot. It's almost like there's the most hop and everywhere else you don't really get much movement on it. And you can see here it's like a much nicer little system here they've come up with. So you've just got grub screws that hold it all together instead of all these C clips, which we had the problem with when we last did it. So get the top of the barrel, so you've got the gas block up here, make sure that's at the top. We want to make sure our mound, which is there, slides in correctly, so that will slide in here. Make sure that's lined up properly. And we can apply a grub screw. And then what I'm going to do, as I screw this in, I'm going to do it very carefully. And I'm just going to rotate the hop unit backwards and forwards ever so slightly, just to make sure that it sits in that groove. Because these grub screws do sit underneath the surface of the outer barrel. So we're going to place them in lightly to begin with. And then just knit them up to hold it in place. And then that rotates. So there you'll see we've got the gas block on the top. Our mound is at the top as well, so that's perfectly in place. And that's done. So we can put in our feed ramp piece here. Slide that back into position. She's a little bit tricky. Let's get that lined up. Place this pin in when it wants to go in. And just press that down. So just be aware that these can fall out if you're not paying attention. We push all that system back up to the top there. We get our little piece of, like, it's almost like a chopped coil of a spring. Little wire clip. Goes on easy enough. And we can push this back in there. Then it's just a case of sliding this assembly back in to the receiver. Making sure it's all aligned like so. Clamp that down, fold that up. I'm glad that it's the right barrel length and I haven't got to trim anything down, and you can see, hopefully see there, it's perfectly, it's going to be a little bit too long for me to get it in frame for you. Let's fold this stock. Probably still not going to be, there we go. So right at the start of the flash hider. Let's grab that leaky PTS mag and get to cronusing. I would use an LM4 one, but I've moved all my mags because I'm about to do a video of all the magazines I have and the new storage solution that I'm going to go down. So let's gas this up here. Sounds like it stopped leaking, to be honest. Right, there it is. It's leaking still. 2.5 BBs. Go. I know a lot of people do say about the dual feed lips on these that they don't like them. If anyone's aware of, like, not necessarily for this mag because I don't intend to use it, but the LM4 mags, if anyone knows of feed, like aftermarket feed lips that you can get that gives it like a single feed at the top, let me know. So we're set to 2.5s. We'll see if this is any more consistent than the original set. 1.49, 1.5, 1.49, 1.3, 1.6, 1.7, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, 1.6. So I find that the KWA Masada is very inconsistent on this mag. Now, if I use LM4 mags, it seems to work a lot better, or be more consistent, but it's a lot more consistent than the old one because it was going anywhere from 1 joule to 2.2 joules. So feed's good, seems to work okay, and just hopefully it's a bit of a peace of mind upgrade because everything in there should be better than what this is, and I'll just keep this as a spare just in case. But I did have, like I say, I've got a new hot rubber in there, which I do have a spare as well in case, so I can keep that maybe as spares for this or the LM4. So we'll pop that safely to one side. So now the only last thing we've got to do with this Masada, this heavy thing, is figure out the power situation. So I'm hoping they take similar power valves compared to like the MP9s. I know they do power down valves for the LM4 because I bought mine with it already being done. It shot a joule, so I might have to speak to the guys over at HC2. I know they get a lot of KWA stuff in from BZ to see if they can get me a power down valve, and hopefully I can get a LM4 power down valve and it just sorts it out, because running at that power, we can't obviously run this in any games, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But we've got a nice barrel and hop system in there. To be honest with you, the rest of the gun doesn't really need touching in my opinion, apart from the power. Everything else seems to work pretty damn good. The only thing, like I said before, is this mag is, 50% heavier than the LM4 mags, and it doesn't seem to work as good. So maybe with the LM4 at a later date, they figured something out and made it more consistent. But this magazine looks good, just don't perform good. So thank you very much for tuning in. Just a quick update on the Masada and what's going on with it. I need to, when we've done a collection video and got that out of the way, I need to go and separate all my GBBRs and just go through a checklist of what everything needs, and we'll just go and do each job individually till we've completed them all and they're all done and don't require any more modifications. So thanks for tuning in as always. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you think, and from me and Bench, we'll of course be seeing you in the next one. Thank you.